Hey, folks. Hey, everybody. It's me, the devil. No, it's not. It's me. It's Adam Brooks, or Adam Galloway, as my new stage name is. If you like Snapcube, that's a reference for you. We're back tonight, with a new session of Sunset Grid. This is our first Wednesday night session. We'll continue to be on Wednesday nights from here on out. And we are excited to get back right into, because we left on kind of a cliffhanger. Also, Charlotte will not be joining us tonight. She's feeling a little under the weather, so everyone wish her well. Wish her wonderful, expedited recovery of health, and she will be back in, I think, a couple of weeks, because she also has some conflicts that for the next couple of weeks for Wednesdays as well. But we will continue on our wonderful adventure. The last thing I think we left with was you all were on the boat, the Codebreaker, captained by one Captain Finian Cormorant, making your way to and through the Iosian Sea. Which, a little recap, is a very dangerous body of water that you wouldn't want to swim in, even if your life depended on it, because your life couldn't depend on those waters at all. It's highly acidic, and there's shards of glass everywhere, and you can't see it because it's basically liquefied code, liquefied data. As you have been making your way through this sea, you've been told of the other dangers there, which are like hollow beasts, which are essentially, instead of living animals, they're like digital code animals. So like there's sea life in there. Well, life, right? Quotation marks. You've also been told that it is possible that you could attract the attention of the Iosian Netocratic State, which is a large hermetic, both are true in this case, sort of nation that occupies the entire peninsula that juts into this very large ocean of water. And you were also on the boat with a Professor Elwood Green, who is heading this expedition you have to this large disturbance in the grid, let's just say, where something might have been pulled into your universe. So, as we fade out the music, we will fade into what you have been left with, which is, unfortunately, an alert risen from the stern. Is the bow or the stern the front of the ship? I can't think. Or are they both the same, or are they both like similar things? I'm trying to think.
The bow is the front.
I think that's very true. Yes. So from the bow of the ship, you hear a great Gatsby rising above the din of the boat, slowly cutting through the water, as Dr. Elwood Green has alerted everyone to the approach of five. I think I said 3 or 5. What's 5 now? 5 figures in the distance. These figures looking like birds at first, but as they get slowly a little closer, you can tell that they're actually drones, like quadcopter drones, that are like slowly making their way, just the whine of their propellers, getting slowly louder and louder and louder. And I believe Zen was up at the bow with Professor Green, because you were having a really wonderful historical conversation of historical import, and you were rudely interrupted.
We were talking about the Mavericks and his time there, and I had
I had that really, really good original line, like that just kind of like came off the dome,
Yeah.
where I was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna need a bigger boat." Like that
Yeah.
was just like straight off the dome,
Straight
like
off the
something like
dome.
super original, like very, I was very proud of it, very happy
You
about
should
it.
be. You should be.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
certain
super excited.
it will make its way and embed itself in pop culture as this show
Yeah,
gains popularity. Which, if you are
yeah.
enjoying the show, you should share the show, share the stream with your friends. Our VODs are all on YouTube. In fact, we're also streaming live on YouTube now. But if you're watching on YouTube, come to Twitch, have a chat with us. And moving back to this alarming situation. Um, you see the professor nearly just fumble his calabash pipe stuffed with the dankest green. Just fumble it in his hands and shove it into fisherman's yellow, the fisherman's slicks, the whatever they are. I don't know the official word for them, but and he runs away from bow and passes by each and every one of you, just basically, the drones, act like you're doing something fishy. Well, not fishy in that respect, but fishy in a sort of fishing way. Hurry, hurry.
Uh, Zen, I guess, will like mime fishing
Oh
then.
my god.
Like,
With no rod.
No, wrong.
And we're all
Yeah,
dressed in the terrible colored jumpsuits and everything, right?
Yes.
Like,
Oh, yes, you are. Oh,
yeah,
100%.
so
Yes,
we're
you are. There is
Yeah.
no.
pretty well disguised. Huh?
Yes.
I'm just gonna start moving like small crates from one pile to another pile nearby. Just like obviously not actually productive, but productive enough that like if a manager saw me, they wouldn't complain.
That's the
Yeah.
ticket.
I look
Um,
busy.
Yeah, I've similarly. Cassie's just gonna kind of look around for like the nearest rope and just pick it up and start pretending to like tie a knot in it.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. You hear Zen while you're miming fishing. You hear a sort of you hear an from up at the helm of the boat above you and behind you. You there, boy. I'd be just checking the net if I was you.
yeah, I don't have like a computer on me, so I don't
No,
like.
no,
I'm
no,
able
not
to,
the
like,
internet. You not the oh, you landlubber. Not the internet. The net, me boy. And careful, wear them rubber gloves. It's electrified.
Oh, wait, the net is electrified.
Oi, how else do you
How
think
does-
we
how-
be catching digital fish?
How does that? What's the net made of?
The net is well, it's made of plasteel.
Oh, all right. I thought it was like made of rope, and I was like, how'd y'all electrify rope? That's
Well,
crazy.
That would be wild. I'd be saying that, but no, it's made of plasteel.
Oh, all right, yeah. Okay. Rocky, you want to help me check the net?
Aye, Captain. I have always wanted to say that.
You know what, Rocky? That sounded real good coming out. Like that was great, actually. I think you should just stay on this boat. Like I think you'd make a great first mate.
I am not waterproof, however, for the most part, or my rating, I believe, is not exactly very high for water damage, so I will decline.
Oh yeah, that is right. I did. You know what? I am remembering that one time when we were when I spilled like a surge, just like on your paw. Man, that thing was sticky for like weeks. And man, getting in there to get that cleaned out, like that surge really messed you up one, didn't it?
Not to mention, I felt extremely hyper for weeks after the fact.
Oh my gosh, you were bouncing off the wall. I thought Reggie was gonna kick us out.
Indeed, indeed. So yes, you and Rocky are sort of miming working the net, which as you're working with this, oh God, Sam, no, no. Literally,
Never.
I watched that clip from Bye Bye
I'm sorry,
Butterfree.
did I just traumatize
Yes,
the
you did.
entire chat?
I think you did. I think you did, which is fine. Which is perfect. That's just part of the spellcast experience. Anywho, as you're working this, checking this net, you hear the whirring of the drones just get louder, to the point where, like, as they draw within like 60 feet of you, the noise is just a little overbearing because it's that high pitched whine. It's just grating on your ears. Yes, Sam.
I would like to activate an ability of mine called Scanning Sight.
Ooh, yes.
Where it says I can override my normal vision and activate a set of scanners deep within my skull that has a range of 60 feet. And it allows me to see through any non-magical wall. I can see in perfect clarity as everything in my field of vision becomes slightly faded, outlines rendering detailed descriptions impossible. Any moving creatures are outlined in bright red halos with known ally creatures outlined in blue. So basically, I just kind of want to get a better look at these drones, like as close as I can, and see like if I can figure out exactly like, if they have any, weak points, or if they have any ulterior motives, or like what their deal is.
Very good. Very good. Indeed. So using the sort of color scale, we're gonna add a new little a new shade to that. The As you're scanning, your HUD sort of zooms in, and a little reticle just sort of like quickly circles like all five of the drones, and they all take on shades of yellow, which means
Baldur's Gate rules. I see.
yes, Baldur's Gate rules, which means not exactly best friends, but not out for blood. They're just kind of your internal like instinctual AI is sort of registering them as neutral intent, right, as best as it can. You are able to get a diagnostic and zoom in through their shells, right? Their chassis, to get an idea of what they have on them. Obviously, they all contain some sort of high-powered chip for their own onboard artificial intelligence. They have also on board, you can see in the internal bays, you can see little miniguns and ammo boxes for those miniguns. You can see armaments that include missiles that would fit in the internal bays as well. And you can see in the back a disturbingly large thermal charge, which is probably for some sort of like last ditch self destruct or like suicide drone feature, in case it's needed. And in terms of weak points, the armor is I would say you could fight them off with conventional arms. Weak points would be the rotors. Like they're just kind of standard quadcopter rotors. Nothing really special about them. They are exposed. They're not like ducted fans or anything.
I'm getting like Robotnik vibes.
Yeah, kind of Robotnik vibes a little bit. Yeah, that's fair. That's actually very fair. But yes, that is sort of the diagnostic you get back as you read these.
Cool. Good to know. Thank you.
You're very welcome. They approach. They're flying in like a V formation. The lead drone, as they sort of start orbiting the boat, the lead drone sort of ducks down, swoops down, and just hovers like right in front to the side of your face, Zen. and you can hear the iris of its camera like close, open, zoom in, and you can just listen to it make very deep whirs and beeps inside of its chassis, as if it's calculating, judging, maybe. So why don't you give me with this net? I'll let you choose. You can give a performance check or a deception check.
Can I possibly do something that would potentially give me advantage?
Tell me what you would like to do that could potentially give you advantage.
As Zen is doing this, as Zen is like messing with the net, he looks over at Rocky and he's like, "All right, Rocky. All right, ready? Tune 53 and 1 and a 2. My Bonnie lies over the ocean.
My Bonnie lies over the sea. Would you like me to activate the Scottish/Irish accent pack that I have downloaded recently for the performance of this song, sir?
Listen, Rocky, if I can't do it, I don't think you need to do it either. I think we just need to make it look convincing.
Copy that. Aye, Captain.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you, first mate.
All right, good. So
Stupid.
So roll with advantage on whatever check you want.
Okay. You said either perception or deception or performance.
That's correct.
Okie dokie. I just need to find a D20. I really committed to the bit of wearing sunglasses, but damn, I can't see.
But you look fly as hell.
You do look fly as hell.
Hey.
That is what's important.
Hell yeah, that's exactly what I'm going for. All right. So Jesus.
Chat,
Okay,
what do you
and
do with a
then
drunken sailor?
with advantage? What is that? Okay, well, we're definitely using that advantage. Because the second roll was a 1. So that's not good.
Yeah.
Let's see. We'll whether it's performance or deception, it's the same score. So it is going to be a 15 total.
Okay. You hear sort of a calculative groan. I don't know how that would be. And then it just sort of like banks and just sort of flies away and goes up to the captain of the ship, who Captain Phineas Cormorant is just standing there, and you can hear a voice conversating with it. In fact, only things you can hear before it goes kind of quiet is like,
"Please state your purpose."
Oh, goodness.
Cassie, you also hear a drone, one of the other drones investigating this ship, sort of swoop down and fly next to you. And it is observed. And what did you say you were doing?
I was tying knots in a rope.
You see it, the drone just sort of hover. Its little like orb of a camera just sort of tilts down, looks at the rope, zooms in, and zooms back out. It looks at you, and it says,
"You have a 95.673449% chance of failing in tying whatever knot you are attempting. What knot are you attempting?"
Oh, this is actually like a brand new knot that I'm working on. Like it's a never been done before knot that I'm trying to invent.
Is that the technical classification, the never been done before knot?
Yep, that's the working title.
We will log it in our knot repertoire. Thank you for your cooperation.
You got it.
Please state your task and occupation on this vessel.
I am the junior apprentice of the first mate.
Thank you for your nautical status. Could you please elucidate your opinions on the Iosian netocratic state?
Oh, I'm a minor, so like I can't even like vote or anything. I'm just kind of I just do what I'm told, man.
Non-voting, non-citizen status logged. Thank you for your cooperation.
And it just sort of hovers and floats away. Zen, you are kind of engrossed with this net as you listen into the further to the conversation that this drone is having with the captain. And I want you to give me a you can either give an investigation check or a perception check to overhear what they're talking about.
Let's see. Where is? You said investigation or perception?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, they're both the same. So,
there
there you go. My insight's good, but
Hey, well,
perception
yeah,
and,
well, sure. I say insight is.
I mean,
fine.
I'm not trying to make the argument. If you want me to do perception
No,
or
fair.
investigation, we'll do that.
Yeah, one of those. I think one of those.
Okay, sounds good. Not great. That's gonna be it's gonna be a 9.
Okay, you can glean. There's a lot of technical terms being thrown out, and it's very interrogatory, and most of it is just boilerplate or just sort of questions that the drone is asking the captain. What is your name? What is the name of the vessel? What is your purpose in these waters? And the captain is basically just giving him answers. They're fishing. It's the codebreaker. Captain Finney and Cormorant, et cetera, et cetera. And essentially, it sounds like the drone is reading out extremely fast an end user's license agreement that he had, like length of like stuff that the captain has to agree to at the end, listing out the terms of like all of whatever fishing treaties that the IOC and the INS. I'm just going to call it the INS. That the INS has with the people who live in Port Kingsmouth, right? And at the end of it, he pauses. He's nodding along. He tilts his head at something that sounds new, and then he's just nods his head along, and then he just says, "Aye, that'll be fine and good." Doyle, what are you doing? Just moving the crates?
Yep.
A whirring
Back and forth.
behind your head.
Just, you know.
Say
I
it.
just ignore the whirring and continue moving crates back and forth.
Sailor, what is in these crates?
I don't know yet.
Why do you not know the contents of the crates on your vessel?
Because I haven't finished sorting them yet.
Where is this vessel's manifest?
I don't know that either.
Thank you for your cooperation.
I'm just a grunt. I can't help you. Find someone else.
Position on totem pole identified. Thank you.
And it just backs away and flies off and away.
Yeah, come back with a warrant.
Mhm. Oh shit.
I didn't
Oh
say
my
that out
God.
loud. That was a
Of
joke.
course. You Zen, as you're overhearing this conversation, you see, as you like kind of glance up with your eye, you see a drone approach the other drone, and they start communicating with light flashes back and forth with one another. Like you don't hear anything, but you just see them flashing lights, and then you see the lead drone look at the captain, and you can overhear this at least.
Captain Cormorant, please produce this vessel's manifest and crew log.
The captain pauses for a very long
How
time.
many drones? Yeah, how many drones are there?
There are 5.
We can take them.
Ugh.
I have identified their weak spots.
That's very true. Very true.
I will walk over to the captain,
Mm-hmm.
and I will say, Captain, do you need me to go and get the manifest while you are here and talking with these sea drones? Would you like me to go and get the manifest?
He looks at you as the 2 drones are looking at you. And he just darts his eyes to the drones and to you, and he says, "Oi, my boy, it be in my cabin, in the drawer. You go get it and bring it back, and we'll be right here till you return with the full detailed manifest of everything we be carrying and everyone who works for me."
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I will be right back. You said your cabin, correct? And now here's the thing. I want to make sure because you know what, Captain, I got to be honest with you here. I did read your diary a couple of days ago, and only because when I was looking for the manifest, they're actually very similar looking, so I kind of got confused. So just remind me, is the manifest the one that's in the drawer of the desk, or is it the one that is under your mattress?
It be one in the drawer of the desk.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to make sure. Yep. Cool. I hope your doctor's appointment went really well. I'm gonna go grab that manifest real quick. All right, thank you, sir.
You know what? At that point he sort of realizes you wonder one of 2 things as you leave. The looks he was giving you makes you wonder if actually he does keep a diary under his mattress. And B, that you don't know if he realizes that you're covering for like creating the story, the narrative to build as evidence in front of these drones.
Sure.
Or whether you actually did. So, yeah, you go downstairs to the cabin. You pass Elwood, who has actually you pass a barrel, and you hear the walking, and well, you're walking, right? And you hear the creak of wood as like the lid of the barrel pops up very slightly, and you see just his eyes peeking out from underneath the lid, and he says, "Are they gone? Are they still there?"
Yeah, they're still there. I'm grabbing the manifest. I'm gonna make sure all of our names are on it, and then we should be good. But I gotta get the manifest first.
Oh, great. Gerta, we're all going to die. And he just puts
Oh,
the lid back on the barrel.
Oh,
Okay, but like,
hush.
what if
We're-
we destroyed the drones? Then what would happen?
Then I'm assuming this is Braden talking. I'm assuming whatever enforcement or law enforcement service will be on our asses.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying we have an electrified net on the ship. That's all I'm saying.
Something tells me these drones have already sent information on the ship back, and
If
if
this
we
whole
ambush
manifest,
them,
yeah, if this whole manifest thing doesn't work out,
Mm-hmm.
Sam, 100%, let's fucking wreck some shit. Absolutely, let's fucking go.
Okay.
I'm down.
So you walk into his office, which is just a shambles. It's very much it's a sea captain's office, and he doesn't. I mean, there isn't really a need for him to keep it super tidy. All he does is fish, and like the important things he needs to keep logs of, he does, and they're like ready and present for him. But you find his manifest, which, as you're flipping through it, and his crew log, you quickly realize this is not. None of your names are listed here, right?
Yeah, that tracks.
None of your names are listed here. Sure, he has he has listed like his supplies, like food supplies and things like that.
Mhm.
But the issue is none of you are listed as crew,
Sure.
officially working for him, which is going to look suspect, you believe, to the drones as they're doing their job. What do you do?
So I guess because I've never seen a manifest before, right?
Mhm.
So how difficult would it be to add our names into the manifest?
It wouldn't be super difficult. You could just
Okay.
write down the information and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah. I definitely do that. I add in. Yeah. I put all of our names under the crew. So I put my name, Cassie, um, Jesus
Doyle
Christ,
and Ivy.
Ivy. Yes, thank you, Doyle and
Mhm,
Ivy.
Okay.
And then I put the professor's name on there as well because I figured that would probably race, even though he's hiding. I'm 100% positive they clocked him, so it'd be weird if I didn't have his name on there either.
yeah, if they were close enough to get scanned, they were close enough to have scanned. So
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
probably a good call.
So that and then I'll put Rocky's name on there too because I don't know what all they're looking for. And then I guess in terms of cargo, I mean, is there any reason for? I guess would there be any reason for Zen to believe that he's carrying something that isn't already registered on the list?
The things that you know wouldn't be on this list are your personal equipment, right? Which
Sure.
what doesn't count as cargo necessarily.
Sure.
And all the professors expedition equipment, I think. So
Okay.
any sort of scientific instruments, things of that nature. Which
Yeah.
one could argue from a technical standpoint could be personal effects. However,
Yeah.
um,
Right. But I would assume those would be in crates, right?
Yeah.
Like all. Okay, so yeah, I think all I need to do is just add everybody's in our party. I think all I have to do is just add all of our names onto the manifest,
Mhm.
and I think that's it.
That should
And
be
I
good.
think
Yeah.
Zen will do that and be like, bada bing, bada boom. There we go. And then we'll come back up and just say, on the way back up,
Mhm.
we'll like stop by the barrel that the professor is in and just say, hey, like, I think we're gonna be good. I mean, if you want to keep hiding in that barrel in case like shit pops off, like that's cool. But I think we should be all right. Do you want me to come and get you when they leave, or you just want to like chill in here for the rest of the ride?
I will. I will be busy. Tell them I'm And he holds up a piece of fruit. Inspecting the apples, and he just ducks back down into the barrel.
Sure. Oh, okay. Yeah, and then Zen will head back up and go into the captain's quarters and say, yep, here's the manifest. Yeah, here you go. Has all our names on it and everything, all the cargo and whatnot. So go ahead and take a look, see. And,
Thank you for your cooperation with the Iosian Netocratic state. Please
yeah,
hold while we scan your identities.
sure, yeah.
Any documents you have that will help us in verifying your identities, if you may present them, would be appreciated.
Oh, I don't have to do that, but you know.
I know my rights, motherfucker.
Could you
You know.
please do your answer over with a more compliant statement?
No, you don't tell me how I am or am not allowed to speak and the tone that I do or do not use.
The captain looks at you as if he may shoot you.
I pull out my McWumbo employee ID card.
Okay.
There we go.
It's like they've never interacted with sailors before. I mean, honestly.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Zen, we'll get back to you in a hot second.
That's fine.
As you pull out your McWumbo ID card, the drone scans it and
says, thank you. Low income confirmed. Thank you for your cooperation with the Iosian Netocratic state.
Not me getting read by the drone.
And then you hear another voice.
Hey. You know what my Pumbo Barker could use? He could use
Whoa.
a branch in the Iosian Netocratic state.
You want me to franchise for you?
I think that would be a great idea, Uru. It could help us make so many borders for the Iosian Netocratic state, Uru.
I'm going to kill myself.
Stop.
You can't do that. You're under contract, remember?
Oh, God, Jesus Christ.
All right, I'll think about it, but it better come with a hefty pay raise.
You got it.
So,
In a prison of my own making.
yes, you are. This was all your fault. This was all your fault. Back to you, Zen. You see
Yeah.
on both sides of the chassis of this drone,
Mm-hmm.
you see two little panels open up and popping out like Jack in the Box, like the jacks that are in the box. I guess that's the best term. Is a little miniature version of like a Vulcan rotating minigun and a rack of 4 missiles. and they are pointing at you, and you see a laser scanner, a laser pointer, just like pointed directly at your chest. As the drone says again, more tersely, if a robot can be terse.
Produce your state-issued ID, please.
I do not have one. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. I got like, okay. Long story. Okay, I got like these dog tags. Like these dog tags have my name on them, and like some sort of like identification number. But like I don't have like I don't have like a card. I think I lost it like when I, you know, lost part of my body. So I don't know.
Please present these dog tags.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. And Zen will like reach like into his poncho and just produce these dog tags that have all it says is it's just like this one long number. But it's like a 10-digit what is it? I'm trying to remember. I don't actually think you and I discussed this, Adam.
No. I don't think so.
It's just a 10-digit number. And the first 3 characters of that number are XEN, and then the rest is just a couple of numbers. And Zen just kind of presents that. It's like, this is all I got. So I don't know what you're gonna do with it, but
okay. A little sort of neon green a grid, like scanning grid, lights up your dog tag as it reads and like gets basically everything it can from these items, what it says on them, what they're made of, all that sort of stuff. And it pauses as it calculates a little bit. And then it just sits there. And it turns to the lead drone. All of its weapons fold back up in its chassis, and they silently just leave.
Wow, you're not even gonna thank them for their service.
All of the drones just beeline to get in V formation behind this lead drone, and they just leave.
oh shit!
Guess they just didn't need mine.
Yeah, Doyle, you were actually, it was actually mid-sentence asking you for your ID, the one that was next to you, and then it just full on stopped and like turned as if it received a communication from the other drones, and it just full on left. Like no further questions, no nothing.
That was
okay,
weird.
now as they're when they're far away enough that I think they're not in earshot anymore, but they're still close enough that it would be funny.
Yeah.
Cassie goes, "Yeah, next time come back with a warrant."
You feel the captain grip you on the shoulder real hard, and he says, "Boy, what you be showing those drones?"
I don't know, Cap. It's just these like they're just these like dog tags that I don't even know where I got them. Like I don't remember. I don't remember where I got them. I woke up one day on a table, and my whole like right side had been replaced with like robotics.
I don't need your whole backstory, son. What I need to know.
Well, okay. Well, there's got to be some goddamn context.
I understand. Here's context for you, laddie. I ain't never had no patrol team leave my boat without confirming me first fishing in these waters. Now, They ain't confirmed me. They didn't arrest me, detain me, but they ain't confirmed me. They just left. I don't know what that means.
Well,
don't
I
either.
think right now it means that we should keep going and get as far away from here as possible.
I agree with you, lass. No, I'm going to throw this boat into full throttle, and we're going to get as far away from here as possible.
Doyle braces, knowing that he is very susceptible to, cargo hitting him and just dying. So
Yes.
full throttle seems like a bad plan for him. He's gonna just find a place to be a little more secure.
This is a fishing vessel. It's not a speedboat.
Yeah.
So
True,
full
true.
throttle really is just going a few knots faster. Like that's really it. But you speed along, and you can see
Rocky,
the
you
drones.
got the Wellerman in there somewhere?
Probably. Let me see. Where do I have the Wellerman in here? So I might have it in. I know I would be able to put it on Spotify, but
The dubstep remix.
oh my god.
Oh no.
I imagine there is one.
Oh, there
Oh,
almost certainly is.
There's gotta be. Yeah. Hold on. Let me turn down Spotify real quick because I don't know if it's gonna be super loud. But let me see. There he is, pretty fast. As you guys just cruise off into the distance. And we just fade to night. As you guys just speed away from the scene of possible crime. Who knows? Who knows what
I
happened?
mean, definite crime.
Definite
just,
crime, 100% crime.
Whether they know it was crime is what is up for debate. We know it was crime.
Yes,
Oh,
that is
boy.
exactly.
Here I go criming again.
Here we go, criming again.
Crime, our favorite pastime.
Past crime.
Haha.
Got him.
Got him. You're now a few miles, or a few nautical miles, I should say, away from this incident as the sun is setting over the water. And the captain comes over to you, Doyle, and he says, "Look, boy, I be honest, you seem like the most level-headed amongst this crew. I might be able to trust you the most."
Doyle's going to just think back to the various items of corruption and things in his bag currently and just be like, all right, smile, nod, yes.
Yeah,
Look
sure,
here.
whatever.
You have the most. I need you to do the most important job here at night on the Iosian Sea. As we be sailing, it's gonna be near impossible to see the glassbergs that be floating around in these waters. So I need you to get up on that bow, and there's a big spotlight. I need you to be operating. If you catch any glints or any let you know. If you catch any glints, any bouncing light off of anywhere, diffraction, things look weird, you tell me immediately. Because if you shine a light out in front of us and you see your reflection, it's too late.
Good to know. All right.
And mind ye, most hollow beasts that occupy these waters are harmless. But there be big uns down there. So if you spot anything, looks like it has ill intent, you yell. You yell like the devil who is after you himself.
Is there like a bell or something you could give me to like clang around with, or it kind of seems like we should have a system other than just shout and hope someone hears.
Oh yes, yes. Just here, take this air horn. He hands you an air
Perfect.
horn. And,
Oh, an air horn.
Yes.
That's perfect. I'm getting like Titanic or Kraken vibes right now.
Honestly, I think that I
How
am
about-
the person in the party that is the most trustworthy with an air horn specifically.
I don't know what you're talking about. That is
Boy who cried wolf just.
Or
Yeah,
worse,
just-
Tara, Titanic Kraken vibes.
Yes. Oh, great. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's
Um,
fair. Cassie would. You don't want to trust Cassie with an air horn. She'd be sneaking up on people behind them. Just.
Yep.
So, for the rest of you, you can either get some rest in shifts, like that is generally what you can do. But it's actually really, really beautiful at night on the sea, because the way that's ocean, as peaceful as like the waves and like the peaks and troughs of like the waves on the water, quote unquote, is, it stays rather reflective of the night sky. On top of you also being able to see, like, you know, the very Matrix like code that is like present in the water if you look really closely. So it's almost as if it's a perfect mirror. So for if you like let your eyes go like soft focus enough, it'll look like you're just traveling through space, essentially. Which it's just super like zen with a Z, and just sort of very idyllic and sublime. But Doyle, this spotlight you are operating, and you'll be operating it for the next, I would say, few hours. So why don't you go ahead and give me you can either use investigation or perception.
I will go with investigation.
Okay.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay, good. For the first hour, you just spot you spot some glassbergs and like small ones. And so you're able to like just do a quick toot on the air horn and like just yell out port or starboard to get around it. So your navigation is fairly safe. The captain divvies out light work. Within the first hour, he actually points out a really nice sized hollow beast school of like tuna, if you will. And so he gets Zen and also Ivy because Ivy's here as well, to man the net and to trawl it behind you to try and actually catch some stuff while you're here. So Zen, why don't you give me a roll, a sleight of hand roll? This will be or a general. You can do, how about this, athletics check, which will be, you know, like pulling in and like, because it's a big net, or you can do a dexterity check to like accurately work the equipment.
Okay, cool. 16.
All right, this impresses the captain. You're able to catch a decent number of these hollow beasts, which sort of smooths over the weirdness that happened earlier. And actually, the captain is impressed enough that he gets down there and gives you pointers and, you know, starts treating you with more a friendlier attitude than before. and he starts teaching you like how to break down the hollow beasts, which is essentially he sets you set them on what looks like a huge oversized office scanner, and you pull down the lid, and their energy sort of breaks down, and it goes into these massive batteries. It's very similar to if you've ever seen the movie Stardust. With Robert De Niro's like lightning ship, how like you're basically plugging cables into everything to capture the energy. It's very similar to that in this vibe. And just so everyone knows, we're going to take a break right here, and we'll continue on our little nautical nonsense adventure. We're going to take a break. Why don't you go stretch your legs, grab something to drink, grab something to eat. My beautiful wife brought me some shrimp and rice here that I will be dining upon during our break. And we'll be back after these ads. And we'll see you later. Bye-bye. Yeehaw. All right, welcome back from our break. We appreciate you all. Thank you all. That's going to be the norm now. We've changed the ads. That way you won't have to worry about pre-roll ads as soon as you join in the channel. We'll be running them in every break, and that'll make sure that there's more content for you and more viewers for us, and that'll be good. So I think last thing I said was, oh God, I'm now lost my train of thought. The last thing I said was that the knight sort of, oh right, because you were fishing, you were helping the captain fish. This is good because it also makes this, a good catch makes this trip more worthwhile for him. And it also ingratiates you a little bit further into his goodwill. The next dawn passes as you guys, because it takes hours to sort of process all of the code of these like hollow beasts and stuff. And Doyle, the night sort of goes by without a hitch for the rest of your watch because of your expert role and use of the spotlight navigating these waters. You are now, if you think of the way the Iocian Peninsula is sort of set up, right? There we go, for the viewers. It is essentially, the peninsula is a huge, almost perfectly squared off rectangle. You had started, because you're wanting to travel up in this area, in the north area, you started here, and now you've sort of rounded your way up to the short side. And this is not a short peninsula. There is no real short side. This is 100 miles long, like in all directions, sort of coastline, if you will. But you can see it off in the distance. It's always been these sort of really tall, nondescript, dark silver gray, just this dark silver gray wall that has been in your view. And you can see the corner of it as you've been rounding is basically broken off, and it looks like the entrance to like this gorge, this fjord, which is the only way into the Iocian Netocratic state proper, like where people live and where actual stuff happens. Other than that, it's basically like you're staring at a steel wall that spans for a very good amount of distance. But you're traveling more northeast now, and you basically can spend the day chatting with very light sailing work that needs to be done. It is a gas, however operated boat. It's not like it needs, like you have to worry about the rigging and things like that. Like that's not a big deal. But very light tasks around on the ship throughout the day. If any of you would like to talk to the captain or would like to talk to Elwood, or if you have scenes you would like with each other, that is also something you can engage in. I'm going to open the floor for that for this time. Or any questions you have for me as a DM.
I mean, I would definitely consider, like, I would want to pick the professor's brain about some corruption stuff. Maybe show him the dagger that I found.
Sure. Yeah, of course. You can find him going over the equipment, basically checking his scanners, his portable computer that he brought along with him, just to make sure that they're going in the right direction, checking proximity, strength of signal, also continually checking for other anomalies that his home computer is. He's linked up with that via satellite stuff. So he's sort of fiddling at his little keyboard, and he's like, "Ah, yes, Doyle. How can I help you?"
I just wanted to pick your brain a little bit about some of the research you've done on corrupted items.
Well,
Um,
hopefully there's some minerals left in this old rock up here for you to pick at. You get it? It's a mining joke.
that's good. I like that. Well, on our way here, or on our way to collect you for this, we had a little bit of trouble. We may have found the remnants of a cult, and the aftermath of that cult failing to complete its mission. And among the wreckage was this, and I sort of produced the dagger, and like not touching it barehanded, obviously, usual safety gear on and everything, and just say, from what we can tell so far, let me just double check my notes. It's a replica of another item that has sort of copied and pasted itself multiple times, which might be where the corruption came from, but it's designed to siphon life energy and transfer it somewhere else. And we can't quite figure out where that energy is going, whether that's an original use of the dagger or something that was added to it through the corruption or through some other dark ritual by the cult. So we're just kind of, well, I'm a bit at a loss for what to do with this next beyond like risking actually using it, which obviously I don't want to do. So I was wondering if you had encountered anything sort of similar.
First of all, I would like to commend you on your spectacularly spick and span safety measures that you are approaching this object with. Not many people have the wherewithal to handle corrupted items with quite the care that you do, so I will say it's very commendable. But this dagger, I can't say directly that I recognize it, but we can run some tests on it and see. I do have some equipment here that should be able to glean a more, well, for lack of a better word, original origin of it. You said it has been copied many times. Yes, that would lead to a decent, fair amount of corruption. But I'm certain if we run it through my machinery and compare it with my database at home, of course, that will take some time. Although I have a remote connection, its processing power it does a bit of latency. But yes, we will run it through. And you said you found this in a cult.
Yeah, there was sort of a ritual altar area set up in a secret, hollowed out cave-like tunnel under the green room of a children's show.
Children's show.
There may have been an animatronic dragon puppet that went crazy and started killing people, and they went off the air.
You're not talking about Snugglepuff the dragon, are you?
That is the very one.
And they were going... I was so upset. Season 2, they were going to open with a lesson on calculus. I thought that was very appropriate for the young kids.
Absolutely. What wasn't appropriate was the actor playing Snugglepuff slaughtering his coworkers for power.
That would violate some union rules on set, wouldn't it?
Just a few of them, yeah.
Just a few, indeed. Well, it is very good that you've put an end to it. Reminds me of our escapades back in my day.
Yeah, the good old days. I'm sorry I didn't get to see you in your heyday. I'm sure it would have been impressive.
Oh, well, I'll be honest. I didn't do much of the action. I was more of the support role, if you get my meaning. Just helping out the people doing the hard work. But however, I'm glad to see that you escaped that unscathed, as you are.
unscathed is maybe not quite accurate, but unscathed enough to recover by the time we met you.
I see.
Different story.
I see. A cult. That's very interesting. What do you happen to know what entity or entities this cult was worshipping? That might help me gain more insight.
I gotta look that up too, because all I remember is the fake name we've been calling him.
Of course, yes.
Daddy.
I think it was Zin.
Zid.
Zid, yes, I was close.
Zid.
Yeah, Zen, you know those little nicotine things that you put on your gums?
Oh, yes, of course. Zid.
Zid.
That sounds awfully familiar to me. I will have to consult my journals. If you'll give me a day, I might be able to see what I can come up with. And until then, I'm certain. I'm afraid I'm sort of at a loss. But it does sound somewhat familiar. Now, I wish I had my contacts with my old colleagues. They were more in field than I was, and I'm certain they would know more than me. I was more concerned with the corruption aspect of the things that they found, like you yourself.
I did actually have another question for you. You've seen a lot. You've done a lot. You've experienced many adventures. On your adventures, have you ever encountered a half-elf pod that didn't have a half-elf in it?
A half-elf pod that didn't have a that's a very, very interesting question. No, but from what we understand, I will say, and forgive me, I understand you being a replica half-elf. A lot of replica half-elves that we do find are completely unfamiliar with their own history, which is a shame, considering that they would be a wonderful source for it, for whatever we don't know. The basis that I do know is that the society of... There was a society, a civilization of half-elves that... developed these pods in order to I guess, preserve their life. They were dealing with a terrible virus that was just taking their numbers out left and right. It was horrendous this is from what we understand. This is ancient history. But as far as we know, no one has ever come out of a pod that wasn't a half-elf. In fact, we don't even know how many pods there are. We've never been able to locate the ruins of their civilization.
That is about what I was expecting, but
Yes.
I appreciate you taking the time on it, even if it is ultimately the dead end that we already have. But
Well, I will say this: it was the chief point of interest for one of my colleagues, who, if you are ever able to find her, I'm certain she may be able to assist you. But once we disbanded, retired, I guess some would say, she struck out on her own, and we never heard from her since. But if you ever run into Goliath, who was very eager to teach, a thorough Earth Warden.
Thaura Earth Warden.
Yes. If you ever run into her, she will be the person to ask.
I will keep that in mind.
As you were saying, lad, my apologies. Sometimes the weed gets to me, and I just go on.
No, perfectly understandable. Everybody has their vices. Everybody has their relaxation techniques.
They
I
used
would
to
never
call me
begrudge you
Elwood
yours.
Greenout.
Ah, ha, ha. There we go. Well, if you have any more notes on corrupted items that might be involved with this, with this cult, if you find anything on that later on, I would love it if we could discuss that further. I'm working on a theory that maybe the cult is intentionally copying items with the intent of leading them towards a specific purpose. Because as far as I can tell, this dagger, I don't know for sure, but as far as I can tell, it wasn't originally intended to siphon life. So maybe they got lucky. Maybe they designed it. I don't know. I've got a lot of theories. I want to compare notes later when you dig up anything that you might have on the cult of Zid.
Siphon life. What purpose? It is a very
It seemed to
intriguing.
be transferring from an enchanted plate to somewhere else. I'm assuming the sacrifices made with the dagger were fueling some like ritual to bring back a dark god or something, but nobody that was actually involved with it that we can reliably question is still around. Not to say that we don't have any leads, but you know.
Indeed, indeed. Well, I will keep on the lookout, and we'll report. Hopefully, my computer will send me an email tomorrow, and we'll see what we have. Once it
Excellent.
runs through
Thank
my
you very
database, I kept extensive notes of all of our adventures.
And that is an excellent quality.
Yes, it is. Aha. All right. Excellent scene. Very good. Does anyone else have anyone they would like to talk to before we move into, I guess, the next sort of night? Okay. Okay. As you just continue throughout the day, you have your very basic sailor meals, chicken on a raft, croak in a hole, you know, all the same stuff. Bacon, lots of bacon on the ship for whatever reasons, and then oranges to keep away the scurvy. The vessel puts along with its little engine. Night falls once again, and before the sun disappears completely beneath the horizon, the captain comes up to you, Doyle, and says, "Lad, tonight you have to be very careful. Because out there on the horizon, a storm is brewing. It's not just any type of storm. It's a laser storm. Mind how the light refracts and bounces and shoots all about. You wouldn't want to making any mistakes. But the catch still has to be made. Oi, laddie! Lass! You too, Cassie. I'll be needing you at the back helping me catch these hollow beasts.
Great.
All right. So, as night falls...
Where do you want me, Captain?
I think you be taking the helm.
Oh, for real? Hell
For real.
yeah!
Oh, it's
That's
about
what I'm
time.
talking about.
Yes, yes.
Hell yeah!
Are you?
I sure is.
Give me that big wheel, Captain.
You got it, laddie.
Well, it was nice while it lasted.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
Nice one.
I'm actually usually the one that drives. I don't know if this is the best idea.
Good knowing everybody. I will probably not see you when I come out of the next pod, but
Oh my god. Okay. So, a number of checks. Cassie, you're you can give me a you can either give me a strength, athletics, or dexterity, not acrobatics, but like sleight of hand check, for manning and processing the catch of hollow beasts during the storm. So it'll be a bit more difficult. Everything is wet and laser-y. Take that as you will.
Cool.
And then I'm gonna need from Doyle another one of those investigation checks with the spotlight to catch any glassbergs.
If I summon my flock of familiars and have them help, can I roll with advantage?
Yes, you may. Yes, you may. Very good.
Okay.
You can spend that
Cool.
spell slot and do that.
Great.
And then from Zen, I need a where it works the same as like animal handling in a way. It's like
Okay.
it's you can either use I want to say this is either a wisdom. Yeah, this would be a wisdom check because it's like how you know how to operate. It's a wisdom vehicle check, which is very odd, I know, but I'm making this up as we go.
Do you want me to use the same like? Do you want me to use animal handling though, or do you want me to just use wisdom straight up?
Use wisdom straight up.
Okay. I can do that.
Okay. Starting with Cassie.
I rolled a 13.
Okay. Decent sized catch. Not super, not a lot in terms of like profit or like number, and it's a storm, so it wasn't. Work must continue, but it wasn't exactly. It was never going to be easy to catch a lot of these fish. And then let's go with Doyle. What you roll?
I rolled a 14.
14. Okay.
Not
Through
quite as
the-
good as last time, but
Through the rain and the wind and the sort of higher, smoothed over waves and ripples on this water, you are able to navigate a lot of the larger glassbergs that do appear, and some of them are mountainous in size comparative to the boat. So they are easier to spot because they sort of refract the light like all through them like a prism. So they're easy to spot ish. And then some of the medium ones you do miss, but it's not too big of a deal because the code breaker, its hull is designed to be protective of that. It does. This also contributes to Cassie not being able to perform very well in getting some of these hollow beasts because the boat is just kind of rocking back and forth. And then
Yeah, it's totally not because my strength and dex are only a +1.
well,
I was gonna say,
there
aren't you
go.
affected by water?
Oh, that is a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, is there? I don't know if there's like a documented negative to synthetics for water, anything like
Okay.
that. Which I don't.
I
don't
am
know.
like, I think because I'm synthetic, so like I'm not entirely robotic. I do have some organic materials, so
Mhm.
I'm probably fine.
Mhm. Okay, and then Brayden, Zen, what did you roll?
Yes, I actually also got a 14.
Okay. It is. Sorry, 1 second. Trying to check with. I just got a notification about network issues. Okay, we're good. We're fine. So your handling of it is not like a car, and it takes you a little bit to sort of get the handle of it, and you imagine as you look down to sort of like make sure everything's fine, you notice a half-empty bottle of whiskey next to the helm, and you think that the captain got a little too drunk and decided that this was a good idea. But you are kind of struggling with managing this vessel.
Yeah.
And in the wind and the rain and the laser lightning, you thought you heard a howl of wind. And then it repeats itself. And it sounds more animal-like.
Uh-huh.
From above you.
Uh-huh.
And then you hear it again, and it's closer. And it sounds as if someone on like a soundboard played the screech of a red-tailed hawk and like 10 bears roaring at the same time.
Uh-huh.
You all hear this, by the way.
Well, shit. Captain, Captain, ooh, boy, what is that? What do I do? Do I go left? Do I go right? Sorry, do I go port or do I go the other port?
Starboard.
Starboard? Do I go starboard?
The captain drops the net that he's holding and he stiffens up really straight. And you can hear him and his peg leg making their way hurriedly up the steps to where the wheel is. And he yells out to Doyle, "Laddie, point that light in the sky!"
Done.
And you whip that spotlight straight up into the air, and all you can see are dark clouds. And then, briefly, passing through the shaft of light is a body, a wing of mottled feather and fur. And you can see one leg of this creature, which looks like someone like tried to AI generate an eagle leg, except it generated a bunch of bear heads like jutting randomly out of places on the leg. It's disturbing. But
Not
then
the
as
Cerberus.
so you sweep the light over, and I'm gonna see if I can get a picture of this up on the.
I was gonna say, how close does it get to us, Adam?
Oh, it is. Well, from your point of view, it is. From your point of view, it is easily 100, 200 feet in the air.
Okay.
But Doyle, the sheer size of this thing before you calculated it and the distance, like instinct, it felt like it was a bird swooping across your face. If it were close.
That's not okay.
No, it's less than okay. Let me see if I can put up on stream.
The only reason why I'm asking this, Adam, is because Rocky does have the Redex.
He does have the Redex.
implanted into him.
That's
true. While because I'm just reading the Redex description just in case. While we wouldn't be able to get full knowledge of their stat block because that takes a short rest to do so, if it does come within 5 feet of if Rocky comes in within 5 feet of the creature, we do get basic information such as the species and the appearance of it. Just to throw that out there for you.
Oh yes, okay. Within how many feet? Sorry, 1 second.
It's 5, so that's why I was like curious on like how close it got to us.
Okay. I got you. Give me 1 second. I've just got to find the damn thing. There it is. Oh, there it is. Yay. Okay. On screen now for everyone's viewing horror is the picture of the thing. This is what you see flying overhead.
Jesus Christ.
It is the one thing you can glean is it is a gargantuan-sized creature.
I pet it. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god. And as your light passes over at Doyle, you see it fold its just a very odd body. You see it fold its wings and like dive like a cormorant into the water. You see splash, just a splash erupting from the surface, and then it just pops right back out with a shark-sized hollow beast in one of its claws. And the bear heads that are on the foot of this creature proceed to gnaw and chew on this hollow beast and break it down vector by vector without it even lifting it to its... It's hard to even say main mouth because that's almost non-existent. But you in your travels and knowledge of corruption know about bugs in the code actually manifest in the retroverse as creatures, as entities. They start off really small, tiny bugs, and then they find another bug, and those bugs glom together and they form a new bug, and they find another bug, and they sort of add, and every time they add numerically, their total... And this is just meta talk, you and I. In player talk, there's some number system by which they always turn into the same creature over time. Same creatures over time, but meta talk. It is when the numbers are essentially the challenge rating going up. So when you add new bugs, that changes the challenge rating, which associates with the different creature that they are trying to emulate. And this one is really high up in the chain. It is known as... It registers as a B dash... Hold on 1 second. As a B dash and then the cent sign, right? Which people colloquially just call the B-Rock.
All right.
And you see it as it swoops up. You can see some of its bear heads are looking at the boat. And
how many? Like a rough percentage. How many bear heads are looking at us? Because
at least 3 of the
at
many.
Least 3 out of.
Well,
I mean, 3 is still more than I want, but
It's more than anyone
like
wants.
there's a sliding scale based on how many there are total.
It's hard to tell how many individual bear heads there are total because some bear heads bleed into one another. The jaw of one is the jaw of another one. Sometimes they share eyes, noses. It's very aberrational. It is a monstrosity. You do know that much. All
I
bugs are
mean,
monstrosities.
if we're really getting down to it, what I want to know is how many bear mouths have noticed us, more so than just total heads. So, like, those are the bits we need to worry about.
Oh, 2 bear heads have noticed you, and 3 bear mouths have noticed you.
Okay.
That didn't bring any comfort, I know, but
No, not
it's
really.
data.
Not really. It's still more of them than I want, but I mean, I'm picturing how many it might have, and that could be like 0.0003% instead of like 30%.
That's true. And the captain claps his shoulder, claps his hand on your shoulders and says, "Son, you're gonna have to be piloting this boat like you've never piloted a boat before. And I need you all to roll initiative."
Oh, oh God.
Okay, not bad.
Oh, Boise, Idaho.
Oh boy, that's not good. You're going to dice jail. Oh wait, should I also roll for my little imps because I summoned them?
They will act on your turn.
Okay.
All right. What did Doyle get?
16.
All right. And then for Cassie?
I got a 9.
A 9. Okay. And then for Zen?
18.
All right. These are good rolls. Okay. And then I have to roll for there's the captain. All right. Very good. So Zen, you go first. You're up first in the initiative order. You can see this creature. The best you can tell is in its weird, illogical, natural biology is heading towards you, and it's gaining altitude, potentially to dive again. You can tell. So, you are currently manning the boat. Your hand is on the helm. You can take any number of actions.
Which what'd you say? Which direction is it coming from?
It's going to be coming from
It's
from above on the starboard side.
Okay, so above, which is okay. So if it's coming towards us from starboard,
From the right side, from your right
Then-
side, yes.
okay. So yeah, okay. So I'm coming towards us from up above starboard.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to. Oh man, I think the best bet is to try to like counter it. So if it's coming at me from starboard, then I want to go hard starboard as well to kind of like diagonal it. You know what I mean? So it like
Yes.
overshoots us. So I think I wanna try to maneuver the boat that way.
Very good. Very good. Yes. Okay. So give me a roll that same sort of dexterity
Oh,
maneuver
yeah.
or wisdom or whatever it is.
I'm trying to think of. I think you have me use wisdom.
I think so.
Okay.
In fact, if you're doing a hard turn, you could use strength if you wanted to do that too.
Okay. Cool. We'll do that then. Man, I said the same dang thing. Okay, that is gonna be a 17.
Okay, good. You're able to wheel this whole helm to perfectly sort of align it to where when it dives where you were, or where it assumed you were, it should miss on this dive.
Okay.
So that is a good roll. This is what you hope. This is what you're gleaning from this. Doyle.
Gotcha.
As Zen turns this boat the full 45 degrees, and you have the light shining on the B rock, your part of your spot, the shaft occludes and refracts and just shoots a prismatic array of rainbows into a rather large glassberg that you are now heading towards, that you will hit in assumedly one turn.
I yelled that to Zen.
Okay. That is a free action to yell. What else would you like to do on your turn?
Well, presumably this thing is coming at us, right? In a relatively straight line?
Yes, in a relatively straight line.
Okay, so if it has moved 10 feet towards me, I'm gonna, shoot it.
Yes, that would be what it did, what it was doing prior to the whole initiative order, so that condition is met.
Okay, so that is my reaction
Mm-hmm.
to shoot it with the blaster.
Okay.
And because my blaster is energy weapon, I do get advantage on this roll.
Very good.
Not that I think I'm going to need it, because that first roll was pretty good. That would be a 22.
22. It does hit, indeed.
I would hope so on something this size.
Yes.
All right, and so that is 9 damage on that first shot.
9 damage on the first shot. Very good. Very good.
And presumably now it's just my normal attack. I'm going to still shoot it,
Okay.
though without advantage this time. That would be a 17.
17 will hit.
Excellent. Oh, only 4 damage that time.
That's okay.
And I think that's it for me for now, other than, trying to continue to keep us from dying on the Glassbergs.
Well, yes, of course. And you did have to let go of the you do now, I will say, in order to make those shots, you do have to let go of the spotlight.
Oh, damn. I mean, that's fine. I've already warned about danger for next turn, so I'll just go back to the spotlight after.
That's good. Okay. Now, moving on, the captain is as he's running down the stairs, he yells at you, Doyle. Careful with that spotlight now. He's gonna have to know which way to turn. But keep doing what you're doing. You're doing fine. You just got to balance it. I'm going to run and kick on the afterburners. And he goes down into the lower deck. Cassie, it is your turn.
I am going to try and hit it with an Eldritch Blast.
Ooh, very good. Very good.
That is an 18 to hit.
An 18 to hit will hit. Yes.
Fabulous. And then that does 1d10 force damage.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 3.
3. Okay.
And then my imps. Would you say that the imps are within 40 feet of this thing?
It is currently. I would say it's currently about 100 feet away from you.
Okay, so I can't get close enough to melee them. I don't know if they have any ranged attacks. I'm looking at like the imp stat block. The
Mhm.
actions are sting, which is a melee attack, and invisibility. I think though, let me see, because I think I can use certain spells through them, but they might have to be like touch.
While you're looking, Tara, I just want to say the boat and everything looks fantastic.
Oh, thanks. I was gonna try and draw that fair thing.
Oh, it's fine.
But,
But this is like correct to scale. I think that's very true. So there we go. Just in case you wanted to shit your pants even more. That's fine.
Like I'm trying to like drew the spotlight and
No, you're good. No, you're fine.
Okay. I don't know that I can use them to do an attack, but maybe I can use them to try to distract some of the bear heads.
Yeah. Okay, that's an option. Yeah.
So I'm gonna have them kind of flit around and like make noise and try to like distract the bear heads so that they don't attack us directly.
Ah, okay. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, good. Very good. Excellent. Okay, so I'll keep that in mind. And then you did your Eldritch Blast, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So it is the B-Rock's turn. And you see its wings, claws, appendages sort of flapping as it like quickly approaches and flies down to the deck of the boat to make its attacks. It will attack your imps first. They are doing quite a good job of being, ornery and mischievous and impish, making faces, all sorts of stuff, mooning it, whatever you want them to do. It will use its multi-attack on these imps. You see 2 of the heads bite down onto one. What are the imps' AC?
According to Roll20, it's a 13.
Okay. I know we're coming up on a break. I will be quick. So the first imp takes 15 piercing damage. And then the second imp takes...
I think that one is gone now.
Yeah. The second imp takes 12 piercing damage.
Okay, that one is also gone now.
Now, the B-Rock swoops a leg, and at the very tip of the leg, there is, like, inside the sole of the chicken foot, is a bear head. And it reaches out and tries to bite the last imp. That's definitely gonna hit. And that is 22 points of piercing damage.
Okay, yeah, they only have 10 hit points each, so they're all gone now.
They each flip the bird before they disappear in a poof of ether. And that is the B-Rock's turn. But before we get back to the top of the round, we're going to take another quick little break. We'll be back in a few minutes and back to the action and see how well our party can survive this. We'll see you guys in a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Let me see. We have questions regarding the size of the boat, which very good questions, and I need to figure out for myself as well. On the off the cuff, I'm pulling numbers off the cuff, which is actually the origin of the term. But I would say it's probably a good 50 to 60 foot long trawler. Like it's not like a huge commercial fishing boat, but it's not like a small little dinghy. Like it won't be the size of like a think you know the fishing boat, the shrimp boat from Forrest Gump.
Okay.
Size of that. Yeah. Like how that's a good medium-sized boat. That's about the size here that we're working with.
Okay.
All
right.
Which compared to this thing is nothing. Like it you're fairly confident that it can't just pick up the boat. But if it wanted to, it could do some damage to the boat. But it doesn't seem to be targeting the vessel. It seems to be targeting only the creatures on the vessel, because that's what it spent its attacks on. And after it makes its bite attacks, it flew its full movement, so it can't really move from where it is right now. So we're going to go back to the top of the turn order, which would bring us right back to Zen.
Okay. Well, and if I remember correctly, Doyle shouted out that we were headed towards the
Massive Glassberg.
Yes. So, bless me. Sorry.
Bless you.
Man, I guess I'm just gonna have to crank the wheel the other way now. Like doing some zigzags, like trying to at least.
Okay, sure. Go ahead and give me a roll.
Yep, same thing, right? Okay. Man, that's only gonna be a 13 this time.
Okay. As you crank the wheel the other way, you can feel the back end of the boat sort of like drifting just a little bit. And I need you're at the helm. You're fine. I need Doyle and Cassie to make strength saving throws.
I can predict how this is gonna go. Ooh. Yeah, that's a 6 total.
Okay. Make me a dexterity saving throw, Doyle.
That's easier. Not 20, so 26.
Perfect.
Nice.
As the fishing boat, as the back end of it, kind of in this maneuver, slams into the Glassberg, the side of the Glassberg, not the edge, thankfully. You get knocked, Doyle, up against the gunwale of the boat, and you tip over. But right before you leave the reach of the rail, you grab onto it super quick, and you will be able to clamber up, but you're back onto the boat. But you are hanging on right now.
All right.
And let's go to Cassie. What did you make?
I rolled a 15.
Okay. You are able to catch yourself. You're not knocked over. You're just able to sort of like ground yourself. Maybe you turn on like some minor magnetic things in your feet to like just sort of grip onto the metal deck of the boat. But you're standing upright for now. Let's see, and then you're holding on to the helm, so you're fine. From below deck, Cassie, you hear the captain go, easy at the helm there, son. And then you also hear the professor's equipment going, just scattering across the floor. You hear some glass shatter, and you hear him say, not my beakers, no! So very good, Zen. Doyle, it's your turn.
So obviously I'm going to climb back up onto the boat, which I assume is going to be all of my movement.
Yes, pretty much. You
And
cannot
then-
reach the light.
Can't reach the light. Okay. If I can't reach the light, I mean, I guess I could double move to get to the light and set up for next time.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay. Very good. Double move, set up to light, no attack, no light. But you are ready next time for the light.
Just, everybody brace yourself. I don't know what's coming.
The captain, you hear banging with a wrench down under the deck, and you hear, this blasted godforsaken piece of machinery, I'm going to need at least 30 seconds to get this thing up and running again. So that poses a bit of a problem. So 30 seconds. That's about 5 rounds.
Ooh.
Yeah. Cassie,
Cool.
your turn.
Okay. I guess I'll just hit it with another Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Hopefully we hit it. Move this out of the way. That is a 15 to hit.
15 to hit. A 15 will hit.
Great. Oh, where'd you go? And then that is one damage.
Well, 1 damage is a damage. It is a damage.
I did a damage.
Did a damage.
You're going to dice jail now.
A wise choice.
And then can I use my bonus action to Misty Step over to Doyle to help him get that light up a little faster?
What a wonderful idea. Yes, you can.
I certainly appreciate it.
Then I will do that.
Very good. Okay. So you in a sort of glitchy, staticky cloud of vapor. That also, because you're a corporate of a pact of the corporate overlord Vorlock, you leave behind a little illusionary sign that says "out to lunch" as you misty step away, and you go to where Doyle is, and you just basically you appear at the light, your hands on the light.
Great.
Give me. Are you wanting to? So I will say use object is an action. So since you So you're manning the light. You just can't. It's just kind of pointing to where it was, which is where the Glassberg you just avoided is, and you can see that it's like safely behind you on the starboard side.
Yeah, I figured I probably won't be able to actually help move the light until the next round anyway. I just wanted to try to offer some assistance.
Yeah, fair enough. Nope.
Give him advantage or something.
Yep, you do have it. You do have it. next up is the B-Rock, which is all of its heads are currently searching for a target. It spots. It sort of like flaps backwards to hover over the helm and the bow of the boat. Doyle, you may use your reaction. It has moved 10 feet towards you.
If I do that, am I still going to be able to set up the light?
You don't have to worry about that because you just noticed
Right.
that Cassie has grabbed hold of it.
Yeah, that works then. Sure. I will go ahead and take that shot.
Very good.
Good thing I get advantage on this one. That probably didn't help. That's a 9.
A 9. A 9 to hit?
Yeah.
No, will not hit. It will miss.
Didn't think
Oddly enough, even though this thing is the size of multiple barn doors that have glitched together, it misses.
I'm gonna blame the rocking of the boat.
I was about to say yes. The rocking of the boat will throw that off. Okay. As it moves towards you, it hears your gunfire, and it goes to make its attacks against each of you. Let me see. The first attack will hit Doyle.
That sounds right.
Yep. Sorry, double checking the number I roll. Right, that's 15 piercing damage.
Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm. Cassie, a head goes to bite at you. That misses spectacularly. Misses.
Woo! Great.
You think another head, 2 heads went to bite at you at the same time. They collided with one another, and now they're kind of bickering over whose bite that was going to be. And then Doyle, you, as you're like recoiling from this, you see that leg shoot up and go to take a swing at you. Let me double check this. That is going to hit. For 19 piercing damage.
Doyle's down.
Well, you're now also
No.
you're grappled as well and restrained. So that is as you all see, it sort of hit Doyle, grip him in the claw, and now it's just sort of holding him.
And Doyle is just out.
Yes,
in
Doyle
this
is
claw.
just out.
That was a full 8 damage more than I could take in one turn and survive.
Yikes. Well, there it is. That's its turn. It doesn't move anymore. Zen, your turn.
Oh my god. God, man. Jeez. All right. I guess we're just gonna have to pull out some stops here. Zen is going to leave the helm and run towards the B-Rock. As I do that, I'm gonna yell at Rocky to I'm gonna yell at Rocky to take over the helm.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Okay, hell yeah. Hell yeah. And as I'm running towards the B rock, I'll bonus action to transform into my henshin form,
Mm-hmm.
and as well as summon my katana, and I will do a jumping attack towards the B rock.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to I want to make sure I'm checking all of my. Okay. Yeah, and I'm gonna use one of my I'm gonna want to use one of my explosive finish uses.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to make the attack roll with disadvantage.
Okay.
Um. Oh shit. Well, one of them was a nat 20, which is rad. The other one is gonna be a. The other one's gonna be an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. So that is gonna be. That's gonna be 1d10 slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
If I can find a d10. Where are you? There you are.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
So it's going to be. So 13 regular slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then with my explosive finish, it's going to add 6 thunder damage.
Ooh.
And then with my slasher feat, its speed is reduced by 10 feet until my next turn.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay, good. Okay, very good. Nice little hit.
Yeah. And that is that is all I can do at this point.
Okay. Doyle. I need you to
Death
make
saving throw time.
Death saving throw time. Mm-hmm. That's exactly right.
That is a 13.
All right. Mark 1 success.
Yep.
Okay. The captain is yells up, Try and buy as much time as you can. She's coming around. She's coming around. Cassie.
Okay. I don't know if this would count as 2 actions or an action and a bonus action, but if I wanted to attack and also move the light, can I do both of those in one turn, or do I have to pick one?
You have to pick one.
Okay. The light, we were trying to point the light at the what's it called?
The B-Rock.
The B-Rock?
You know that you can either point the light at the B-Rock, you can also, or you can point the light out in front of the boat to help navigate the glassbergs in this storm.
I know that it's important to be able to see where we're going, but I also think that it might be bright enough to temporarily blind this thing.
Okay. You want to roll a quick investigation check to look at the light?
Yeah.
And I'll give that to you for free. That won't be an action that you take.
Yeah, let's do that. mouse.
Or with your technical know-how, you can make that in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have proficiency with investigation,
Yes.
so that would be a 15.
Okay. You do notice that this light is not as bright as it can be. You can turn on the high beams, so to speak, and it's fairly bright even on its own. But you can supercharge this thing.
Okay. I'm gonna aim it at the B rock and crank the light as high as it'll go.
Okay.
And attempt to blind it.
It's going to make a saving throw here. As you turn the beam onto the leg, that onto all of the bear heads on the B-Rock's leg that are holding Doyle, they all yowl and screech and roar in like pain. And they are successfully blinded for one turn, and also they lose their grip on Doyle's body as it drops lightly. It's only a 5-foot drop from where he was onto the deck of the boat. So now he is free from being grappled, and you have blinded the leg of the B-Rock for one turn.
Great.
So very good. Very good work. Very good work.
Glad that worked out the way I wanted it to.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did.
This terrible, terrible fate.
Oh, yes. Because he would have been a snack. Let's see. Is that all you would like to do? You can move. You can technically let go of the light.
Can I go to... How far am I from Doyle now that he's no longer grappled?
Like 10 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to him so that I can help him on his next turn, on my next turn, so I can try to help him up.
Sure. Yeah, totally. Totally.
I know it's not exactly acting in my best interest, but I will point out that puts you next to the bear leg.
I know.
Okay.
Okay, excellent. The professor, you see the professor, you hear the professor come out on the deck, and he's like, "What in tarnation is oh? Oh." 1 second. I've used Gerta, I've used Gatsby. What's another?
Great.
There we go.
Great googly moogly.
War and peace!
Googly moogly, a B-Rock. I can help you here, or I can see if I can help the captain. Which do you want me to do?
Well, the captain, it would still be like 4 more rounds before, right?
It would be,
So,
but the
but if he
professor might help speed that along a lot.
Yeah,
Or
I think he should maybe help the captain.
or the you can have the professor stay up here and see what he can do to help you greatly. So either way is going to help. It's just whatever you think you want. He can help you use his like technical know-how and expertise to help against the B-Rock. In fact, he says the electrical capacity. I think I can use this against the thing, or I can help with the engine and the afterburners.
I feel like, this is just my opinion. I don't know how y'all feel about this. I feel like we're not going to defeat this thing. It probably has too many hit points, so we might just want to get out of there as quickly as possible. I don't know if you guys agree.
I agree. I big agree.
So I feel like maybe it would be best if he helps the captain, and we can just try and fend this thing off for as long as possible until we can make a swift getaway.
Doyle, would you like to contribute from the land of unconsciousness?
I mean, Doyle. I think Doyle is in his unconscious state, just like dreaming that he is sketching the B-Rock, and it's just a diagram that just says "too many bears. Why are there so many bears?" on every label. So that's where Doyle's at the moment. So take from that what you will.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of have a plan-ish. I don't know if it'll work, but
Okay.
yeah, I think Braden and I both agree that he should help the captain.
Yeah, big agree.
Fair enough. All right. Very good. He will say aye and head back down into the engine room, and you'll hear, this is a Unix engine. I know this. And then he continues to work on the engine. So the V-Rock is up next. Its leg is thrashing about blind, so it does not have its leg attack, but it will make 2 bite attacks against you, Zen, who hit it with your sword.
Yep.
Does a 16 hit?
That just hits.
Okay. Then that is 2. Sorry, I'm doing crazy math. A 22 piercing damage from the bite.
Jesus.
And then Cassie.
Well, I am bloodied because that drops me down immediately to half.
Mm-hmm. Cassie, as you're there guarding Doyle's body, one of the heads just swoops straight towards you.
I'm scared.
Okay, that will hit. Unless you somehow can block a 31.
Absolutely not.
God.
Well.
You take 14
Yeah, no.
points of piercing damage.
Okay, great. That's not as bad as I thought it would be.
Neither of you are grappled. You suspect that is only a capability that could do with its leg. So there you go. Some sunshine in this very dark and dreary night. And that is all it does. I've forgotten. I've forgotten a very important thing. I need all 3 of you to make a corruption saving throw.
Okay.
Because I've forgotten about this.
Is that just a flat roll?
That is a... Hold up, let me go, because this is the very first time we have ever run into this. So this is using the corruption mechanics. Corruption is kind of, it's a stacking mechanic similar to exhaustion if you are unfamiliar with lasers and liches. It essentially, it's the breakdown of the code that creates a creature. And it's kind of spreads like a disease, especially in attacks. So when you are hit with a creature that is corrupted, such as a bug, you have to make a corruption saving throw. You have to roll a d20. This is a straight up and down roll. 1 through 10 is a failure. 11 through 20 is a success. Now, I should have been having Doyle roll these and y'all roll these more, but since I've forgotten, I'm going to give you a pass on this. On a success, nothing happens. On a failure, you have to mark down, just like a death saving throw, a failure. After 3 failures, you get 1 layer of corruption. When you get a layer of corruption, you must roll on the corruption table. There's a corruption table in the player's mix. Taking the corruption you rolled for. I think it's a D100 list. And for every layer of corruption you have, you gain a +1 bonus to your corruption saving throws, which is good. But it's not necessarily great to be corrupted all the time. Not all corruption is harmful, but It is what it is. So let's see what we have all rolled. Doyle.
Uh,
Oh no.
11.
Okay, well that is a 1 success. Yes, Cassie, what did you roll? Did you roll 1? Well, that is okay, because there is no special penalty for rolling a 1. Just mark down a failure.
Oh, that's good.
Okay.
You can't critically fail corruption.
You can't critically be corrupted. Well, you can be critically corrupted, but you can't critically fail a corruption saving throw. And then Zen, what did you roll?
I got a 14.
Okay, you also mark down a success. Or well, nothing happens. You don't have to mark down anything. It just is a success. So that's good. That's mostly good. I mean,
Why do I feel like that success is going to take away from my next death save?
Well,
Oh, no.
I'm about to help you. I'm about to help you.
We'll
Don't
find
worry. You'll be fine. I'm gonna pick
Okay.
you up.
Okay. Zen, it is your turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of do I'm just gonna do the same thing that I did last time. I'm gonna use one of my explosive finishes, which will bring me down to 1 more use there, and roll with disadvantage.
Mhm.
Let's see. Okay. Lowest roll was a 14, so that is going to be a 19 to hit.
Okay. 19 will hit.
Okay. And then 1d10 slashing damage. Ooh, that's a full 10 on the damage die, so that's nice. So 15, it's going to be 15 slashing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then it is going to be another 6. Yeah, sorry. Another 6 thunder damage from the explosive finish.
All right, very good. Very nice. Very excellent. So 21 total,
yeah,
I think.
That's it.
All right, very good.
Yes, correct.
Moving on to Doyle. Let's get another. Oh, and right, I forgot. Rocky has to make his
Oh God.
his role to navigate.
Yeah.
He's facing a lot of issues. He doesn't know where the next Glassberg is. He's not very proficient at driving the boat.
He doesn't have dark
Yeah,
sight.
but he's got a +2 to wisdom.
That's fair. That's fair. It's not dark vision. That's the problem. It's the fact that these are Glassbergs.
That's fair.
So they're not like easy to see above the water.
Sure. Oh God.
No.
I didn't like that.
Doyle, you don't have to make this roll. You're unconscious.
Laying prone on the boat.
Laying prone on the boat, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Thing.
There's a wall there to catch me instead of me, tumbling over. Yeah,
serendipitous. Silver linings. Cassie, I need you to make a strength saving throw, and also
my jump stat.
Zen, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Oh, 18.
All right, good.
No, actually 19 because I have a +1.
Fantastic. You so this is what happens. Well, also I have to wait for Zen.
16.
Okay. So you all feel this this scraping as the Glassberg hits you, and Cassie, just as you're about to bend down to help Doyle, you see his body just sort of like just slide away across the deck underneath the B rock and on the other side of it, behind it. You are able to stay upright and set and perfectly fine. And
All right, well, I was gonna help.
yes, and also too, Zen is perfectly fine. But You hear the captain yell up, I told you to man the light! Man the light! And you hear the professor says, Captain, there's a breach in the hull. I'll take care of this. Hopefully I've helped you enough.
This is so stressful.
Oh yes, it's very stressful. It's very stressful. Let me see, who was the last one to go? Zen, I believe?
Yeah, it was me.
Yeah, I think Doyle had to make another death saving throw.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
Doyle.
and I rolled a 1, so...
Well, that's 2 failures. That's not good.
That's 1 failure.
No.
Do 1s count as 2?
1s count as 2 failures.
Ah, right, I forgot
because
about that.
a 20 is you're up
Oh, no.
and good to go.
Oh
Man,
fine.
the clock is ticking, bro. This is all right. I'm trying to be chill. I'm rooting for my players. I like the tension. I'm rooting for my players.
We need Charlotte.
Yeah. You can call for help from Ivy. She's, asleep since she took the. Well, I guess she wouldn't be asleep now. So you can call for help from Ivy. We'll have that be an assist
Somebody pick
that
up
you can
Doyle.
use. It's the captain's turn. The captain is like, give me one more round and I'll have her ready to blast off and away. Cassie, it's your turn.
Okay. I had an idea, but now I'm not sure if it's a good idea because I know that we need to get the light facing the right direction. But I also wanted to cast Mage Hand and have my Mage Hand pick up that net and throw it at the B-Rock.
I will say,
I don't know how much of that I could do in one turn.
I will say this: you're not certain that that's going to work because the net is like large. It is more than the Mage Hand can pick up.
Okay, can the Mage Hand manipulate the light?
Yes, it can. Yes, it can.
Okay. So, okay, I don't know how much of this I can do in one turn.
It's all right. Just tell me what you want to do, and we'll see what we can do.
Ideally, I would like to grab the net, throw it at the B-Rock, or I guess cast Mage Hand first. Grab the net, throw it at the B-Rock, and have the Mage Hand turn the light into the proper navigational direction.
Okay. I will say that either way, you're gonna have to. So the net is at the back of the boat. You are at the front of the boat. The B-Rock is between you and the net. You can make it to the net. You just have to maneuver through the B-Rock, which will provoke an attack of opportunity. I mean, unless you Misty Step again, you probably could do that.
I have okay, remind me how this works, because I have a cliche thing.
Yes.
I don't know if that's useful right now.
Okay. Describe describe a cliche that you would want to use in this situation.
I guess I would run toward the B-Rock, and as I approach it, like drop down and slide between its appendages.
Yeah, girl. All right, yeah. Okay.
And then say something quippy when I throw the net, like, oh, hold on.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I also have a suggestion. I did. I don't want to steal your thunder, though. I don't want to steal your thunder.
No, I'm curious. What was your idea?
Would you like me to private message you?
Yeah, do you want to send it to me?
Yeah.
While you do that, while y'all do that, I will say that this would be a really great cliche. Really great cliche. We could call it sliding with style, or some cool thing that we come up with. which, yes, you basically slide underneath an enemy, provided it is one size larger than you, at least. As long as you spend the cliche and get on the other side, and keep moving if you so want to, and you avoid any attacks of opportunity.
Okay. I also just thought of a quippy thing to say when I cast Mage Hand, which I would cast Mage Hand and go all hands on deck.
Oh, that's perfect. Okay, that's good.
Have
That's
the
good.
kids grab the light, run and slide, and grab the net and try to.
That's really good.
That's good. That's good, Brayden.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Very good. Okay, is that what you do?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So you cast Mage Hand. The Mage Hand grabs the light and starts pointing it out at the ocean to like just a general, just straightforward, just to see where the boat is going. Rocky can now navigate better. You run, you do the slide. You say the cool quippy line, "All hands on deck." As you're sliding underneath the B rock, the camera goes super slow motion, and you see just like bear mouths just sort of snapping at the air behind you and in front of you, trying to catch you. But you just sort of, and also you're part robot, like part metal, so there's these cool sparks that are like erupting from like your fingertips and your shin and your kneecaps and things as you're just like sliding, and you pop up. You have made it to Doyle. And now you can also go forward and use the net. Is that what you want to do?
Do I pick up Doyle or do I grab the net? I know Doyle's only got like one more chance to not die. This is so ooh. Because this would be very cool, but also I don't want Doyle to die. But also, I presumably Ivy is on her way up to the deck to see what the hell is going on, so maybe she can also help stabilize Doyle.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's probably like, no, man, whoa, I was taking a nap. What's going on, man?
Wow, that's spot on. Actually, it's very good. Very good. Honestly, very good.
It's like
Thank you.
it's like Charlotte's right here with us.
Charlotte, if you're listening,
you.
watching, we love you.
Yeah.
I don't want to influence it too much, but I think you should probably go for the net.
Okay, yeah. I'm
Like-
hoping by this point that Ivy has come up to see what the hell is going on, and she can see that Doyle is in need of help.
Okay.
You're both bloodied. Get to the net.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the net. I'm gonna turn around, and I'm gonna say, "Thank you, Brayden." Get B-rocked, and I'm gonna throw the net at the B-rock.
Okay, make a roll to attack. A net does count as a weapon. So it.
Oh, I better
you
not
don't-
mess this up, or that's gonna be really lame.
Right. I think it counts as martial. I'll have to look. Net 5e. Just make your roll, because I'm doing this more for my knowledge. It's a ranged weapon. It's martial. You're fine with it.
Okay, I don't know what that does for my.
That would only be for if you're proficient with martial weapons.
I don't think so.
But I will say also, this isn't. Just go ahead and make the roll. Just whatever. I'm hand waving this because this is cool.
Okay.
Rule of cool always wins.
Rule
Yes.
of cool. Rule of cool. Let's go. No whammies. The flat roll is a 7. I don't know that I'm supposed to add anything to it.
Go ahead and add your dex and your proficiency. This is a creature that I've thrown at you, so.
That would bring it to a 10.
10. A
That's
10,
probably not gonna hit.
it hits, it just gets buffeted away by the wing. But
Okay.
it doesn't envelop the creature, which is what you need it to do. And you see it kind of sparking as it hits the wet deck of the boat. So, but you now can tell that this will do something if you get it to hit. You just got to get it to hit. Because you can see that the battery that you have been charging up for Finian is like 3/4 of the way full, which is a lot of juice. A lot of energy that you could potentially throw into this creature.
Okay.
So, it's the B-Rock's turn. It's going to make an attack against Zen.
Okay.
Did we say a 16 hits?
Yes, it does.
Okay. That's going to be not as bad as last time. That's going to be 13 points of piercing damage. And I need you to make another corruption saving throw.
Okay. Awesome. I am down to 9.
Okay. Then
For those of you keeping track at home, and that was a 2.
okay, well, mark a failure. Then it flies away from Zen, which gives you an attack of opportunity if you want.
Yeah, I'd love to take one.
Go ahead and make that.
Okay. 17.
Okay. 17 will hit.
Cool. And 7 points of slashing damage.
7 points of slashing damage. Very good. Very good. You hear a bear head growl at you as it moves towards Cassie.
Sorry about
Cassie,
that.
no, you're fine. You're fine. Cassie's
Forgot to
gonna
silence
take
it.
No, you're good. Cassie's going to take a hit here, so go ahead and roll me a corruption saving throw. And you take 18 piercing damage.
Okay, I rolled a 14 that time, so I'm safe.
Yeah, there you go.
18 damage. So
Mhm.
that puts me. I have like 4 HP left.
Yeah. 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 All right. You see, after it hits you, you see Ivy just sort of come up the stairs. She's rubbing her eyes. She looks at the B-Rock and she's like, "Whoa!" So, she's here. Zen, it is your turn.
Okay. Man. Do we? This is a question to the group because I don't remember and I don't have it written down. Did we buy any healing potions and throw them into the fanny pack?
I think
Does anybody-
we
I know
did.
we bought rations. We also bought hyper water, which I don't remember. I think that's like caffeine, right?
Yeah, that's like caffeine. You I don't know if you bought any.
I'm
I will say
looking back. I'm looking back at my notes and I don't remember.
I don't see anything in my notes that is specifically healing based.
Okay.
there are a bunch of crates around
Unless-
you. If you have a cliche, you can break something open and like a Dougal will appear. We have used that cliche.
What does I was gonna say? What does the hyper water do again?
it?
Does it
Gave-
does it do anything?
Yeah, it gives you. I think it's similar to like. It's either an increase in haste or speed or something, but at the cost of a level of exhaustion. It's just a matter of I can't
Okay.
find that wording. I'll look for that wording while you think.
No, you're good. I do have a. Oh, you know what? I do have a cliche.
Mhm.
I do have a cliche that I could use. Let me look here. Let's see what cliches I have access to. Let me look at the list here. It gives us a pretty good list of what we can do here.
And I know we're running a little bit over time, but don't worry, it won't be too much longer. I promise.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would love to use. Yeah, I would love to use I would love to use my cliche, please,
Mm-hmm.
as I run towards Doyle, and as I do, I like run past. Oh my god, I run past a barrel that says apples across it, and I
Perfect.
punch into the barrel and I grab an apple out, and I like run over the Doyle and I just like shove the apple in his mouth, and I just start like moving his jaw and moving his cheeks to make him chew it. I'm like, eat this.
Fantastic. Okay, good. Yes. So you basically you spend the cliche for the street meat cliche, although it's like an apple a day keeps the death saving throw away.
There we go. Yeah.
So Doyle, you can regain 2d4 plus 2 hit points, and you no
Okay.
longer have to make any death saving throws.
For the record, my next death saving throw was going to be a 13. I rolled it just to see. But, who knows what the one after that would have been. So.
Hey, that's true. All right, very good. Very good. Doyle, it is your turn. You are prone. You have an apple lodged in your mouth, halfway eaten, as if you were bobbing for apples. This is a strange fever dream you are having. And
I have a whole 5 hit points.
You have a whole 5 hit points. A B-Rock above you, your friends around you, and a storm is raging. You see Cassie in post-net throwing position. As you see the net,
Right.
just sort of when you wake up, you see the net hit the ground, essentially.
So, presumably, the B-Rock is above me. The net is probably next to me.
Yes.
I want to use an item interaction to like grab that as I stand up.
Yes, you can.
And then just throw it at the rock.
100%. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Okay. That is a 15.
All right, a 15 meets and beats.
Yes.
So,
Nice.
as you run, because I didn't give you this, as you throw the net, it hits the rock, you see the electricity sort of crackling, and you see the switch, on the panel next to the battery. There's a switch. It says charge and discharge. And it's currently in the charge position.
I mean, obviously we're going to want to hit that.
Mm-hmm. So you pull the switch down to the discharge position. You see that battery just drain of all the energy, and you see this like just static surge going up the cable into the net, and the whole B-Rock just lights up like crazy, surging with a ton of electricity, and you get to roll. Let me. What you get to roll? What's a good number here? I'm gonna let you roll big damage. I'm gonna let you roll 10d12.
10d12. Oh my
Damn.
god. Incredible. All right. Well, I only have one of those on me,
Oh
so
god. We'll help.
take
We'll
off.
assist.
yeah,
We'll
yeah. You
assist.
guys
I
help
have a
help out,
D12.
please.
I don't know if
Alright.
you want me rolling.
I'll roll 2. Braden, if you roll 2, that's 4.
I mean,
then-
if each of us rolls 3,
Yes, that works. Okay,
4
we'll each
times
roll
3.
So that's 12d12. That's fine. We'll do that.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. That was too many d12.
That's fine. I don't care.
If each of us rolls 3,
Yes.
Yeah. Still though. Okay.
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 My total is 23.
my
Yes, Sam, what's yours?
my total is 24.
Okay, so that's sitting pretty at 47. Braden, what's your total?
My total was 22.
Okay, that's sitting pretty at 69. Nice.
As usual, I roll the lowest damage of everyone, so my total is 19.
19. All right, so that sits us at 88. 88 plus 64 is 152. 152. Very good. The surge of electricity hits this rock so hard that when it shakes the net off as fast as it can, and it sort of flies backwards. And as it does so, you hear the captain yelling you hear the roar of an engine start up, and you hear the captain yelling, "Everyone hold on to something!"
Well, that'll be my action. I'll brace myself.
There you go. And we'll hand wave the saving throws because it would be insane. But you all hold on to something. You see from out the sides little winglets pop out the sides of the boat. And you see these just ginormous rocket engines just lift up out of the deck. And the whole fucking boat just like starts rocketing forward, and you can see in front of the light there is like a glassberg that is dead on. You would hit edge dead on, but then it just turns. It rotates very so slowly into a ramp. By the luck of the universe, and so the boat just skips up this ramp off of this glassberg and just sails through the air for quite a few miles, and then the engines would die down, but you sail off into the night, safe, the rock behind you, and you have survived yet another leg of your journey with one day more of travel, you believe.
Oh, man.
How about that? How about that for a session, folks? How about that?
That's crazy.
4 hit points.
4 hit points. And hey,
5
no
hit
one's
points in a
corrupted.
dream.
All right. Well, with that, we're going to call it a night. We went a little bit over time, but tune in next Wednesday. More craziness to follow. And we will see you all next time on SpellCast Sunset Grid. So, good night, everyone.
Goodbye.
Good night, everybody.